Do you have problems in picturing or visualizing the success that you want to achieve? In this video, I'm going to be showing you one great hack for all those of you who just cannot seem to see in the space between your eyebrows or above your eyebrows. I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. I'm also going to explain to you why this works. This is today's journal entry, and I use a platform called 750words.com. What it also does is that it helps to identify what is my underlying emotion in the journal that I do and what are the keywords that leads the algorithm to think in that way. And how do I feel? Am I introverted, positive, uncertain, or feeling? I'm going to be reading this journal to you so that you can have an idea of how to write yours. As you experience these moments with me, as you try to imagine what exactly is it I'm thinking or I'm seeing. And this comes from a very simple principle. In manifestation, they always say, live from the end. When I took table tennis sessions, we told the coach that we wanted to learn some effective serving techniques that would give our opponents some trouble. What he proceeded to do is that he says, okay, go over to that end of the table. Now try to return these serves that are going to be hitting you. And we were having a lot of difficulty trying to chop block them. We're trying to angle it like this way or this way. So I'm saying that, yeah, I know these are really hard to return. And he says that's precisely the point. He says that if you want to serve well in table tennis, you need to know the result that you plan to achieve. When he said that, it was like a aha moment. That's exactly like the principles of manifestation. Because before we can do something, we must know what this does, what doing it feels like, or what does it seem like to be on the receiving end of what we want to achieve. In my daily 5-minute routine, I've also talking about mirror work. For example, in the second minute, think of a person who deeply loves and respects you, and what kind of things this person will have to say to you. What kind of compliments or encouragements or praise or feedbacks that this person would have for you. Then imagine in the position of that person, you are looking at yourself. What are the things that you would say? And as an observer to yourself, what it would be like. So the same thing is here. When I was learning how to serve in table tennis, we were being an observer of what a good serving technique is. We were lucky enough to have a table tennis coach who is the competition coach for several of the top 50 globally ranked players that are from Thailand. This also tracks back to what Bob Proctor loves to say. If you can see it in your mind, you can have it in your hand. Live from the end. Live from the result that you wanted to achieve. You should not be thinking, next week I'm going to be rich. Next week I'm going to be successful, or I will be successful. You should instead be saying, this is what success feels like. Because I'm now successful, this is how I will be living my life. Or even Neville Goddard's I remember technique, which you'll be seeing me use inside of my journal entry as well. The I remember technique is to kind of remember that the success is something in the past. We sabotage our own success because we feel that success is so foreign and far away and feel undeserving. Because of our overexcitedness, we kind of drive the success away. Let's put that into perspective as I go through my entry. I'm going to read you my journal for today right now. I'm also going to point out to you like why some stuff is very sporadic and disconnected sometimes. I'm saying like, hello, that's what, touch, step, feel the music, experience the moment. And that's also because of some of these motivational tracks that I've created using Suno AI. So AI generated positive uplifting music, and I show you how to do that in a previous video. You can watch it somewhere over here in the video link, but let's get right into it. So here's the post. Hello, that's what, touch, step, feel the music, experience the moment. The place I go is on the second floor. They have stock. It's silver, metallic. The key fob is of a nice color. It's an amazing trim. The wheels are nicer than I remembered. Maybe they've changed it. And it's on a very good discount. I'm actually talking about a car. You can try to just imagine a lot. I'm not gonna say what car it is, but I just want to push your imagination so we can just kind of like imagine this along with me, right? There's a nice spoiler on the rear that raises at speed. It feels great to drive and yet can start silently. It's a very supportive seat. No one will fault me for driving this. I don't need a top of the line turbo. This one is fine. It's a strong, reliable engine. Is the equivalent of a B58, except it's by Audi. The drivetrain is superior to Audi. There is this Chrono Sport package that comes complimentary. And afterward, the Sea Life Aquarium, we went there at a very good K-Look discount. We also took the observatory boat where we can see the fish swimming down below the glass panel of this boat. It was a very nice experience. And then at Swenson's, we had the seasonal flavor, the Dubai chocolate. I can't drive it too fast yet because it's still warming up. It's still in the break-in period, and during this time, it will get faster and faster as everything goes into a mesh. Just like everything in life needs a run-in period. New gears take time to integrate. New fuel takes time to integrate and assimilate into the engine. But over time, it inevitably gets better. This deal is a success. I remember how I was so shocked and amazed and in disbelief when the counterparty was able to verify the transaction. And within 2 days of then, I received my payout. Even though I shouldn't be excited about these things because I've worked so hard and long in this, but with the fair share of failures and letdowns, I was expecting it would flop just like the other ones. But in that moment, when I saw the money in my USDT wallet, I literally had to wash my face and do a triple take because I didn't see it coming at all. Although I knew what I was going to receive, I guess because I was used to living on a shoestring and frugality, I was like, wow, do I really deserve this much? I still remember how it felt when I already had this much on account, like more than all my best years of work put together, and I still couldn't bear to spend at a dinner until I reminded myself, I've really done it this time. I can celebrate. I can order the higher grade. I can eat the A5 marbled meat. I can order many plates of it. I can afford this and more. I deserve this. My family deserves this. And the taste. It was like salmon. Before this, we only had the chance to eat this in sukiyaki, but this time is in yakiniku. I also had some nice nitro cold brew coffee to go along. 169 baht, but it tasted so good and it cleaned my palate so effectively for the next bite of beef. So this is what it feels like to be successful, I thought. Even though Porsche Cayenne isn't considered a supercar enough for the supercar parking lots anymore these days in Thailand, but that's fine. I've lived through harsher times than this. I've had to get around on electric bicycle when both cars were down, let my daughter balance on the one lobe seat, and even suffered a crash when the front wheel of the previous bike gave out. But this is now a reminder and a celebration. I could always see this moment in my mind, but being able to touch and feel the leather of the car is different. Even though it is in red and black, it's still a red and black that's way nicer than an Aura Good Cat. The signature handles on the center console, now I know why they put it there. It's because something like this, the mind can easily remember and implement into our mindscape. The handles let me know it's a Porsche. The 20-inch wheels are comfortable, the all-wheel drive is amazing, and even though it doesn't drift like my purple BMW X5, but it is still an extremely overwhelmingly satisfying drive. The wheels of fortune have turned back home. Just like planets have a retrograde movement, sometimes when you think you did something wrong in life and you would love to have a do-over. Amazingly, I did get a do-over. In that retrograde movement, I was able to rewrite my destiny. Thank you for today. Today is a wonderful day. I'm glad I was able to receive my car as my best self. My daughter was there to witness this glorious moment. That's my little journal post, and now it's over to you. All you need to do is to open like some kind of a word processor. You can even use Google Docs. I think 750words.com is a great website to use for this because it kind of like measure your emotions and give you statistics on how you feel. It showed me how like on that day I felt mostly joy, thinking mostly about play, and that's because of certain keywords that I used. And on that day I was feeling introvert, positive, uncertain feeling. Now, I want to show you like something interesting because over time, you actually do evolve, and I'm going to go like way back. Let's go to this one. Back then, mostly anger, mostly about work, introvert, positive, uncertain feeling. Over time, actually, I did see myself evolve my awareness from someone that's focused on the past or someone that's focused on events that have not happened yet. But I've noticed a shift through what the algorithm analyzes. I've been able to shift myself into more of a present moment focus. Uncertainty is what optimism is about, because in absence of evidence, we're still able to think in a certain way, to be able to be positive in the absence of physical evidence. I've also noticed how I've gone from more of a thinking person to a more feeling, which is intuitive. So you can kind of track your evolutions over time. For some of you, you can use like a text-to-speech. One more thing, when I type this, I often don't even look at the screen. Maybe it's because I'm quite familiar with typing, but I just type. So if you're someone also like, I do visualize pretty good, but there are certain days, certain weeks, certain times of the year where I do feel that a different approach, like writing, does help instead. So as I write, it helps to bring images to the mind. There are different ways of evoking, but try different methods. It's always good to have a few on your arsenal, a few different tricks up your sleeve. That way it's going to help you so much more in your manifestation journey. For more videos like this, subscribe to my channel, and for another great video, check out this one over here. By the way, here's a tip for some of you who are also making your own YouTube channels and vlogs. I use a tool called Gling.ai. It's a great editing tool where I don't have to waste time on editing. I used to spend hours to put together a video, but these days I just drag my videos into here. This very video you're watching, right? I'm gonna just jump all these files and dump them right in here. Select the language English and I just click continue. Over here, jump cut zoom, and I'll just click enhance and edit. Dog says hi. It's the very video that you're on. It's got 425 cuts and it shaved it down from 18 minutes down to 11 minutes and 56. It's even got this transcript so that I can keep track of what's been repeated or deleted. You have problems in picturing. At one point, I was not posting so much until I found this, and this is a great game changer, and I highly recommend this to any one of you who are also content creators as well. Join Gling using my link in the video description. I do receive a small commission for that. You also get free editing credits, so it's a win-win for both of us. Thank you and goodbye.